If you know anything about me, you know that I have struggled with the attention span part of reading for years now. As I've gotten older, I have fallen in love with it more, and it has become something I'm really passionate about. So today, I'm going to talk about 10 books I believe there is nothing wrong with. If you don't know me, hi, my name's SK. I am a content creator that just talks about whatever. I really have no set, like, aesthetic or whatever. I'm just here. So I hope you will listen to me and take everything I say with a pinch of salt. And here are 10 books I find no fault in. The first one we're going to talk about, actually I don't have a copy of, it's Ali Benjamin's The Thing About Jellyfish. This book I read in, I think, 7th grade, and it completely changed the way I looked at life. It's about a young girl whose best friend passes away, and this main character goes on a mission to figure out why, and it's a really interesting, like, exploration of grief. It was so eye-opening and so life-changing. As someone who's gone through grief and has gone through depression, like, from that young age, I didn't really understand it. I was only, like, 11 or 12, and it wasn't really a concept I had fully come into contact with yet, but it was just beautiful, and it changed the way I perceive life and the way I perceive the people around me. It's definitely a more middle grade novel, of course. I read it when I was, like, 12, but it genuinely is just beautiful. Ali Benjamin's writing style is so engaging and all at the same time so, like, soothing and therapeutic, and just, like, it feels like she's telling you a story personally, like, conversationally. I was gonna say mouth to mouth. That sounds no, but yeah, I loved that book. Am I gonna do a rating system? I'm gonna do a rating system. I'm gonna I love this book, and I find no fault in it, but I don't feel like it's a 10 out of 10 book. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love this book. Like, this book, like, made me fall in love with reading. But I don't think it deserves a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna say an 8, but still, no problems, argue with the wall. The next one I have is actually a trilogy. You knew I was gonna talk about this. The One of Us is Lying trilogy by Karen M. McManus. I love this whole trilogy as a whole. I'm specifically gonna talk about this book. The first copy I have, it's a paperback copy. It is beaten up, but it was a copy my best friend the whole wide world, shout out to Ensley, I love you, Ens. My best friend gave me her copy because she was clearing out her bookshelves, and I normally don't read, like, mystery kind of dealies. I say as I have 4 mysteries on my list, so maybe I do like mysteries, I don't know. As soon as I started this book, I could not put it down, and the same was for the other 2 series. This book literally was just so good. Karen McManus's writing style, I have another one of her books on here, that's how you know I love her. She is just so, I love her with everything in my being, and I need her to write more. I need to read everything she's ever written, ever. These characters are so amazing, and I love them so much. I'm gonna rate this whole series, like, a 9.5. Like, it's that good. Like, it's that good. And it's not one of those series that it progressively gets worse. It progressively gets better. And I could make a whole video just about that series. And I might. The next book I have is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. This book revolutionized my life. This book, and this musical, which I'm going to see in less than 2 weeks. I'm so excited. I'm a theater kid, in case you couldn't tell. But I love this book with my entire heart. I wouldn't say it changed my life, but it did change the way I looked at reading, because it looks, like, short, and the writing style is so informal because it's from the perspective of the main character. And it's just beautiful. I love this book. I could talk about it for days. I am very, very invested emotionally and attached to all of the characters. And I cry every single time I read it, every single time I watch the movie. I'm going to cry during the musical. So much. Pray for my boyfriend. I would rate it an 8.7. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't think it's a 10 out of 10 book. There are a couple on this list that are a 10 out of 10 book. But still, nothing wrong with this book. I love it beyond words. The next 3 books I don't have a physical copy of, either with me or in general. So it's gonna be a little more awkward talking about. My 4th one I have to talk about is Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. My first Agatha Christie novel I read. And just wow. that story really like highlighted the intricacy of how Agatha Christie plans her stories and how every single tiny detail counts. Every single tiny detail means something, and it was just so intricate. It was predictable. I'm trying to explain it without spoiling it. At the beginning and end of the book, there's a poem, and the poem's kind of like a nursery rhyme, and it goes like it counts down, and the last line is, "And then there were none." And it counts down, and one of the little characters in the poem gets killed off one by one, and so in the book, one of the characters gets killed off, and it always ties back to the poem. And that just scratches my brain in such a good way. It is phenomenal. I love Agatha Christie with everything in my being. And again, like I'm saying, I have 4 mysteries on my little list right here. So I think I'm just realizing I like mysteries. I'm gonna have to start reading more. But yeah, Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. Just mwah, chef's kiss, beautiful, nothing wrong. Book number 5 on my list is another Karen M. McManus. The copy of mine I do not have because my best friend is currently reading it, but it's Nothing More to Tell by Karen M. McManus. Now this book, I dare say, is better than the One of Us is Lying trilogy. Hold on. The One of Us is Lying trilogy is perfect. It's flawless. But Nothing More to Tell is everything that trilogy was in one singular book. I'm trying to find the words. It was beautiful. That entire book, the mystery, perfectly plotted. The characters, perfect. They're realistic. They're relatable. The ending, I'm still mad about it. The ending is unresolved, and it makes me so angry, but in such a good way, because we're left with well, I don't know, did they do it? Do you think they did it? And I'm like, you're supposed to tell me that. It's supposed to be a you thing. But like, that's something I feel like, oh, that'd be a big flaw of the story. No, it fit perfectly. Because that mystery was so, I don't even know what. It's just, that book is perfect. And the main male character is named Trip, and that's my boyfriend's name. So I'm also kind of biased. Genuinely 10 out of 10 book. Nothing wrong with it. I love it beyond words. The next book on our list is another one I don't have a physical copy of because I audiobooked it. I also audiobooked And Then There Were None. It's The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This book I read for school for like part of my history class when I needed like a historical fiction book to read. And I audibled it because I have ADHD, and also that book's like 600 pages or something. But that book just like literally ripped my heart out of my chest and started stomping on it from the get-go. I love everything about that book. Kristen Hanna's writing style is so poetic yet so simplistic at the same time, and it's just perfect. I love it so much. I think they're making a movie of it, or so I heard, which is gonna be, I'll watch it. I don't know. I'm scared they're gonna ruin it, because that's how I feel about every movie ever that's an adaptation of a book. That book is beautiful. I don't have the words to describe it. It's gorgeous. It is still so relevant today. Like, it's a World War II. There we go. It's a World War II historical fiction novel, but still some of the things they say and some of the stories they tell are still relevant today, and it is beautiful. 10 out of 10. I love. Next book I do have a physical copy of, and this was the first book I ever annotated and made pretty, is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This book is also near and dear to my heart because one of my really good friends, her name is Josie. Shout out Joe, I love you. She recommended this to me in my freshman year of high school, which, looking back, I'm glad I didn't read it in freshman year of high school, because A, I didn't want to read, and B, I needed to wait till my first semester of junior year, which is this year, to read this book and absolutely fall in love with it. It is so relatable and poignant. Matt Haig's writing style is so almost convicting. Like, it punches you in the gut, and in such a good way. I love it so much. The main character is literally she is so convictingly relatable. Like, it's a gut punch to be like, she'll say something and then you're like, oh, my bad. But yeah, this book is so good. I haven't read any more of Matt Haig's work. His work is on, there are a couple more. I think Notes on a Nervous Planet is the one on my TBR for this next year, for 2026. But I'm so excited. I love his writing style, and I can't wait to read more. This book was I think it's technically classified as sci-fi. It does not feel like sci-fi in the least. This is just like literary fiction at its peak, in my opinion. It's beautiful. I am making everyone I know read this. It is just, from like a mental health perspective, from someone who has dealt with depression and suicide and that kind of thing, it's perfect. There's literally nothing wrong with it. 10 out of 10. The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Steven Chbosky. I haven't watched this movie yet, and I need to. I really need to, because I love a good coming of age 2000s movie. This book, this isn't the copy I originally read for the first time. I stole my boyfriend's copy for the first time, and I read it in 2 days and sobbed. And then I was like, I need my own copy because I need to annotate it. And I'm gonna reread and annotate it. I have my tabs. I think I'm gonna do a video on how I annotate my books. That's another good video idea. Keep coming up with more ideas while I'm filming. This book is just, it's perfect. Again, like Matt Haig, the narrator is just so like gut-punchingly relatable. Charlie is like a kicked puppy. Do you know what I mean? Like, in my head, he's that dog from The Fox and the Hound when he gets all like sad and droopy. That's just Charlie. Seeing the pictures from the movie, I'm just so excited to freaking read this. Also, I got the 20th anniversary edition, and I originally read the 20th anniversary edition, which includes a letter from Charlie when he's an adult. 20 years later, the main character like writes a letter, and it just tears, immediate tears. It's beautiful. Cannot wait to reread it and see like how my thoughts and opinions have changed. I love this book with everything in my heart, and I'm so excited to watch the movie. I still need to. Gosh, I'm gonna watch the movie soon, and then I'll let you know my thoughts. 9.7 out of 10. 2 more to go. This one I don't have a physical copy of, or at least one that's not mine that I was allowed to use to record. Frankenstein by Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley. Now listen to me. First of all, Mary Shelley, what a baddie. Especially for like that time, women. I love them. There are literally not enough words to describe how beautiful this book was, and how intricately it was written, and how like, you got it, come on. The like connections you could make, Dante's Inferno, the connections you can make between that and Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley's Frankenstein, the connection you can make to the Bible, even if you were into that. That sounds hateful. It's not hateful. Just like the amount of connections you could make, and the amount of like allegories, and the amount of symbolism in that book is just gorgeous. But yeah, Frankenstein, Mary Shelley, no notes. I love classics. I give that 9.5. Last but not least, this one people are gonna think I'm crazy for. Also, it's annotated. Look, ooh, pretty. A Girl's a Half-Formed Thing by Amir McBride. Now, hear me out. This book is kind of crazy because it is written. I think this writing style is called stream of consciousness, where like it's not like grammatically correct. It just sounds like the train of thought of someone being written out on paper. And to me, that makes perfect sense. It took a little bit to get used to, but it made sense once you got into it. This book literally, like Nightingale, tore my heart out and like threw it into the ocean like a shark ate it. Right? It was so good. And I could talk about it for hours. I'm forcing my best friend to read this one day. I don't even have the words to describe it. And also, like, I couldn't explain it or I'd spoil it. And I'm gonna reread it again. It's just, I don't even have the words. So many people, like, I use Fable religiously. Shout out Fable, I love you. Sponsor me, please. So many people hate this book because it doesn't make sense and the writing style isn't clear. Have you no joy and whimsy? This book was like perfect. This book was so intricately written, and it was so Like, everything has a reason. There are so many religious tie-ins because the main character is an Irish Catholic and grows up Irish Catholic, and seeing the, like, how she grows and how that part of her ebbs and flows was so interesting, and it's really interesting commentary on that of like growing up in religion. I need to read more by this author. I love this book. If you don't like it, argue with the wall. I'm sorry. 10 out of 10. Those are my 10 books I find absolutely zero fault in. I hope you heard me out at least. If you don't agree, let's talk about it. I love to yap in the comments. Please just let me yap about my books. If you like this, subscribe if you want, like, whatever, I don't care. I hope our paths cross again because I love doing this. I love content creating. It's something I'm really passionate about, and I hope you'll choose to support me. It's free for you, and just something I really love. So I hope to continue doing this. Have a great day. I am so proud of you and love you bits. Mwah.